Alright guys, so we're back here at the second video. In this video I'm really just going to take some time to explain kind of what we're looking at here. Let me even place just another component here and I'll flip that around. Actually, yeah, and I'll move these. I just want to make it clear that I know there's a lot of stuff on the screen when you start to build up some of these circuits. And so I want to set the record straight from the very beginning about these labels on these components and what they mean in the context of the schematic and in the context of LT Spice. So each component has basically two separate text fields here. You can see the one for the voltage source we have V1 and then we have V, and then for the resistor we have R1 and we have R. And so let me just go ahead and put a little comment in here, make an arrow. I'm going to say that this is called the reference designator. So let me go ahead and put that down. Let me move this over. Okay. So up top there, V1, R1, those are called reference designators. Okay, and what those basically tell us when I compile a schematic and I want to run my circuit simulation in LT Spice. What the reference designator is it's basically the label for the component as LT Spice will recognize it during runtime. When I run the circuit and LT Spice needs to do the computations and the calculations to tell me the voltages and the currents in my circuit, which is what the simulator does, it refers to each component by its reference designator. Okay, and so V1 is basically just the name of the voltage source. That's the way LT Spice recognizes this particular source. If I had another voltage source, then it would recognize that one as V2. And so when it references this voltage source, it's going to make references to V2. And the same goes for resistors and other types of components. Okay, so if you look up in this window right here, when I highlight R1, it says right click to edit the name of R1. So basically I can change the name of this component. If I wanted to change it to R0, I could do that. Or if I wanted to change it to, let's say it's my load resistor, I could say R load and it would change the name just like that. Okay, and so that's basically all we're doing when we edit the reference designators. We're changing the name of the component. We're not actually changing the value. So for the resistor, if we actually want to change the resistance of the resistor, then we need to come to this second text field right here. Look up in this window again up top. It says right click to edit R, the value of R load. So now R load is the name of the resistor. Let me change it back to R1 just for now. And so now if I highlight this field down here, it says right click to edit R, the value of R1, which is what I would actually, if I wanted, let's say a 10 kilo ohm resistor, I would write 10K right here, and now that would be the value. So let me go ahead and call this component value. Okay, and so we'll leave that right there. I'll center it a little bit. And so if I wanted to make this a 9-volt voltage source, then I would come to the value here again. Just look up in the top. When I highlight over this V, it says right click to edit V, the value of V1. So I would go ahead and right click and I would put 9 volts, and now I would have my V1 source, that's the name of the source, would be a 9-volt voltage source, and R1, that resistor, would be a 10 kilo ohm resistor. Okay, so this is really confusing for people at first when they start to see schematics. There's all these different text fields all over the screen, all over the schematic. I just wanted to set this straight from the beginning, and so hopefully there's no confusion with this. And in the next video, I'll actually go ahead and create a circuit.